Hello malty manscapped malt moochers, Montefideans, Maltitious Malties, Motor City mashing MMs, Mountain Maraudingers, magnificent maestros of malt. Hello malty martini drinkers.
Well, welcome back to another whiskey review with me, the Whiskey Novice. Good to be with you as always. It is review number 61, part 8 of my series, That Awkward Age, looking at whiskies between the ages of 3 and 16-year-old, but no 10s or 12-year-olds. No 10s or 12-year-olds in this series. Oh no, it's a bit of a youngster this time again. The Glendronach 8-year-old. From Glendronach there, some people say it's a Speyside, some people say, well, this one's called the Hielan. It's right, the distillery's sort of right on that line between Speyside, what we know as Speyside, and the Highlands. So this one's called the Hielan, so I'm going to say it's a Hielan distillery. Doesn't really matter, does it? Owned by Brown-Forman. 46%, non-chill filtered, no colour added. So we're looking at what we like, aren't we? You know, you're right in there. It's a box ticking exercise, this one. So as I said, owned by Brown-Forman, formerly owned by Billy Walker. So it's good stuff going for it already. There you have it. As I said, a bit of a youngster, and I'm going to get into that later about how young it is. First of all, let's get into the whiskey itself. Big sherry burst for such a young whiskey. This is a bit of a sherry bomb, something that we know from Glendronach. It's a bit of a feel for Glendronach. This, for such a young whiskey, is a bit of a sherry bomb. It's deep, it's dark. You know what I mean? It's just, oh. Now it does settle. That if you keep livening this up, that sherry keeps coming back, those deep dark notes, but it will settle down. It does settle down and becomes slight mustiness to it. Orange peel, wood or wood polish even. Yet again, young whiskey, so it's not, when I say sherry, it's not typical fruitcake sherry notes. It's more just sherry, as in, when, you know, if you would imagine that sherry has influence, sherry casks have influence on whiskey, you're still smelling the spirit with sherry cask influence, gives a fruitcakiness. This smells like sherry. So I would imagine very, very active casks. It is young smelling, it is slightly spirited, but not off-putting by any means. No, it's nutmeg, leather, and chocolate orange. Not chocolate and orange. Chocolate orange. So there's no what I'm talking about. So yeah, it is. It is young and spirity. Initially, sweet, sour delivery. But it's also very rich, very coating. Yeah. Very dark. Very, very Moorish. There's that word. Moorish, you just want to keep coming back to this. Quite mouth-watering, which I like. Like I said, in the nose, there's a little mustiness. It's there in the palate. Cigar smoke, or cigar tobacco. Sweet mince, like mince pies. So that would be your sherry influence feel again for me. Finish. Sort of medium length, quite dry. No fight for 46%. It's spirity, but goes down incredibly easy. And it's probably like I would almost describe it as a wasabi kind of burn from this, because there is a bit of heat. Goes gently, but it's like wasabi, which is something that I love. So it plays well, settles well. I'm going to add a little bit of water to this for something that is quite spirity. It sort of needs water, but at the same time, I wouldn't overdo it, because it goes well without it as well. So either or, that one's up to you. Now this is matured and married, claims on here, in a combination of the finest bourbon and sherry casks. And I'll get on to that in a moment. I just want to let you know what the maturation was here, why we're getting this sherry, why we're getting the notes we're getting. But I will get back to the casks. The nose becomes a little soapy for me. And there's sulphur there as well. There's a sulphur note now with the addition of water. Most of it stays in place, but just brings a slight soapiness, a slight sulphur note. And the addition of water, yeah, the addition of water does help the palate, because now it starts to feel more like a good, hearty, traditional sherried whiskey. More fruitcakey, as we would sort of say. Or plum pudding, plum duff. The finish is an awful lot better with the addition of water. It's more soft, it's more creamy. This whiskey was quite harsh up here. The neck pour was harsh. It literally took me to get down beyond the shoulder for it to settle down. And it does settle down. Remember, it's only 8 years old, so it wants to be spirity. But very good. Now, before I get on to the comparison, I want to talk a little about this, and literally as little, because what this whiskey got me thinking about was the Ardbeg that I reviewed earlier in the series, the wee beastie, 5-year-old, 8 years old, 5 years old. I think, personally, I could be wrong, but I think we're going to start and see more of this. Younger whiskies, younger age-stated whiskies. As I said with the Ardbeg, they could have put it out and called it the wee beastie. Left the age statement off it, charged whatever they want for it. Ardbeg fans, whiskey fans would have bought it anyway. This here, they could have left the 8 off it. They could have just called it Glendronach, the Hielan. Sold it for whatever they want. Glendronach fans would have bought it. I appreciate, and I think we all appreciate, distilleries are trying to make money. And the older whiskies require patience. So I think we're going to start to see some younger whiskies, and I applaud them for putting an age statement on there. I don't care that this is 8 years old. It tastes good. But this is what leads me to the Ardbeg again. And this is an 8-year-old. Why it tastes good, why it feels good, is because it's good spirit. They've used good, high quality casks. They've used quality casks. Ardbeg, Glendronach. Yes, they're younger whiskies, but if the quality's still there, in my opinion, we get away with it. Because I'd quite happily buy this. 46%, non-chill filtered, no colour added, nothing to hide, as in the numbers on there say what age it is. And the price, it comes in sort of £35 to £40 in the UK. So it's worth it. It is worth every penny. And as I said, there's absolutely no reason to say, oh, but it's young. Why would I drink it? It's young. Because it's still good whiskey. And I do believe that distilleries in the future will see more of this. putting them out at a slightly younger age to keep the revenue coming in. It's to say it's a quick buck, it's not, because this is core range. Our big wee beastie, core range. It's something that's going to be around. It's not just a fleeting thing. So I appreciate what they're doing, and I hope you do also. There you go. Let's move on to this. Yes, if you like this, then try this. Glenlivet Nadura. This, obviously, the sherried version. Oloroso matured. Gaelic definition, natural. There you go. I like this whiskey, although this is a good one. It's very strong. It's 60.2%. It's cask strength. It is a very, very good initial hit. It's a good price, this, for something that's cask strength. But this could be a prime example of something that's quite young. This could be 8 years old. There's no claim to age or anything on it. It is still non-chill filtered. It is natural. So it's, you know, you're looking at something that plays pretty much the same. I'm a little disappointed with the finish in this, would you believe? It's everything goes well and then just disappears strangely for something that's cask strength. Of the two, I would prefer this, but they are kind of similar. And if you like this, I would point you in this direction, very, very much so. As soon as I tried this was the first whiskey that came to mind for me. So if you like this, try this. There you go. That's pretty much that one wrapped up. As I said, keep your eye out, keep an open mind. Young whiskies can be good whiskies. They really can. I would prefer to see more distilleries say, look, it's 5 years old, it's 6 years old, it's 7, 8, 9. Put a number on there. Make it good, put the effort in, and I'll still buy it, rather than pumping out young whiskies with no age statement on them, and it's a guessing game. And I would be more turned on by an age limit or by an age statement on a whiskey than I would be by a non-age statement. So, in my opinion, distilleries, stick on a number. I don't care if it's a small number. If the quality's there, I'll buy it. There you go. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. Next week, I'll be back with something else. For now, I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. It's always appreciated. I'd like to thank my patrons for their support. Always appreciate it. Really is. Details for that group are below. I'll be back next week, as I said. Till then, here's to your good health. Cheers. Hey, thanks for watching my video. Please click and subscribe to be notified of further content.